Good morning from Mykonos, our final destination, sadly. We need to catch a tender into the port, so our plans today, we've all been to Mykonos a few times before, our plans today are just to get the tender in, wander around town early and then come back this afternoon to pack. So what else can you tell us about Mykonos, James?
Mykonos is a beautiful island, loads of lovely beaches. Mykonos town was built in a maze to confuse any people that were going to raid the town. So we're just going to get lost, wander around. We've been here before, so we kind of know where we're going. So we're just going to wander around, just taking the atmosphere, maybe do some shopping.
How many cruise ships are in today?
6.
Oh, it's going to be busy then.
It's going to be a busy one.
We've been really lucky that most ports we've been to, there's only been us or one other cruise ship, but today there's 6, including
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, it's gone.
No, it's behind because we're
Oh, okay. Well, over there is the Ritz-Carlton
yacht,
which is very posh.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to meet our friends shortly and get off the ship. We've been getting into a rhythm here because we've eaten so much that we're skipping breakfast. We just get a coffee from Cafe Al Baccio, skip breakfast, have lunch, and then dinner. We still feel completely over fat pigs, but hey, at least that's contributing something before the diet kicks in tomorrow. So anyway, we'll be back with you once we get off the ship. Waited on the tender for about 5 or 10 minutes, but there's the Ritz-Carlton yacht over there. It's been a lovely yacht to go on, but suddenly very expensive. See the Costa something or other over there. And let's see in the far side, there's a better view of the Ritz-Carlton. I think there's room for 2 cruise ships to actually dock. We're just unlucky not to be one of them. And we are
40 degrees
off the tender, and it's brought us into a coach park. But actually it's brought us into the centre of town. It's going to be seriously busy today. But as I said, we've all been to Mykonos several times before, so we have no agenda except for a little wander, see if we can get any last minute shopping, and then have some lunch here, and then head back this afternoon. We are trying to get away from the crowd, so just taking a side street, and it's very, very pretty. Though it's very crowded, it's quite easy to get away from everyone who's going in the same direction. As I said, it's quite cloudy today, so it's a lot cooler than it has been, which is actually quite pleasant. Imagine it's in the mid-70s.
Yeah.
Remains of one of the windmills, and then view out to sea of the Infinity, the Ritz-Carlton ship, the Costa something or other, the Silhouette, Royal Caribbean, and I think that might be NCL over there. We've made it to the windmills. It's 5 windmills in a row. And nice view of our ship, and the Ritz-Carlton, and then Little Venice on the other side. And obviously lots of people doing the same thing as us. So come down for a drink at Little Venice. You get a lovely view, if you can find somewhere to sit, overlooking the ocean. You can also see all the crowds. Everyone wants to sit by the sea and see the colour of the water. Nice view of the coastline. And all these huge ships, sort of out of context. And lots of people trying to get their Instagram shots. This gives you a bit of a sense of how busy Mykonos is today. This is what 5 cruise ships worth of people look like. So we just stopped for lunch right in the square somewhere. I've got the gyros, which is huge. Mark has got the moussaka. James is being goody with the Greek salad, and Ian's got the moussaka too. We had a really nice lunch there. The food was fantastic. It wasn't that cheap, but it was worth it, and it was right in the heart of town. So obviously we're sitting in a fairly touristy area, but it was definitely worth it to have great food and watch the world go by. After that, we decided to head back to the ship because, quite frankly, it was just way too crowded for us. We were literally queuing to get down some of these side streets, and we've all been to Mykonos before, so we decided to call it a day. Now, we knew that there were going to be 6 ships in that day. James uses a website called marinetracking.com, and you can go in there and put your dates in, and it will tell you how many cruise ships. So we knew there were going to be 6 cruise ships. We knew it was going to be busy. We've been really fortunate that most of the ports haven't been too busy, and I'm sure you know that a place like Santorini can get crazy when there's a lot of cruise ships in. So we have been really lucky, and I guess if we had to pick one port where there were going to be a lot of ships, Mykonos wasn't a bad one since we've been there. Anyway, we're heading back to the ship, so join us for our last sail away and our last supper. So we've just departed Mykonos. Goodbye, Mykonos. There's the Ritz-Carlton boat in the distance, and the other cruise ships which are obviously staying later than ours. It's probably nice to be here in the evening, but it's nice being at the back of the ship as we leave and head back to Athens. So we're just going to have our last evening drink before dinner. I'm starting my meal with the French onion soup. You can't really go wrong with that. James has got the Caesar salad, and Mark has got the prawn cocktail and a salad to mix it all in together. So we'll enjoy our last supper. Okay, our main course has arrived. So thank you. Blimey. Ian's got the chicken. Thank you. I've got the roast turkey. James has got the steak with extra veg and no mash, and Mark has got the sirloin as well with extra veg. Marky's got the same thing with some, and James has got the no sugar, no taste dessert. What is it?
It's a passion fruit curd.
Passion fruit. It does, doesn't it? And I've got mango and vanilla ice cream, so I'm not really very hungry. Good morning, everybody. We're rather bleary-eyed this morning because it's very early on Disembarkation Day. So I just wanted to tell you quickly how that all works. So first of all, you have to leave your luggage outside of your room before 10 o'clock the night before, unless you're doing self-walk-off. And earlier in the cruise, you'll get the option to pick your disembarkation time. And we picked 8:30. And so you get given a number and some labels. You put that on your suitcase. You put that on your suitcases. And like I say, put it outside before 10 o'clock the night before. And then you have to vacate your cabin by 7:30 in the morning. And you then need to wait for your disembarkation number to be called, and you go down to deck 1 to disembark. So all very organised. Anything else to add to that, Jay?
On your app, if you're traveling with Celebrity, in the first few days you will see you can choose your disembarkation time. So just go on, find it, put in your time that you want, and then closer to the time they'll confirm whether you've got that or not. So
A couple of days before you get your luggage tags. So yeah, so all very organised. We're going to have a quick breakfast, and then we'll be getting off at 8:30 and meeting our driver who's taking us to the airport for our 12:30 flight back to London. So we will see you later. Well, we have now disembarked the cruise ship, very quick. Get off, and our luggage was there, and we met by a driver. And it's worth allowing plenty of time to get to the airport because it's rush hour. So instead of taking about 50 minutes, it's going to take about an hour and 20 minutes. Luckily, we were off in good time, so we should be fine.
So I just want to finish this story by saying we got to the airport, and as I said, it took about an hour and 20 minutes. We were dropped off and we got into the airport, and it was absolute chaos. In fact, the queue to EasyJet almost went out the door. It was so long. They seemed to have about 4 check-in desks open for a load of flights, and people were getting really stressed because they were going to miss their flight. People were trying to push in because it wasn't very well managed. So the key tip here is make sure you get to the airport with plenty of time. It took us about an hour and a half to actually check in, and then luckily it was really quick to get through immigration and security, so that was fine. So we had plenty of time. But had we kind of cut it any finer, then I think it would have been a bit stressful. So we got to the airport with about 2.5 hours to spare. It took an hour and a half to check in, and then probably another half hour to get through everything. So we got to the gate with about 30 minutes to spare before the flight boarded, and then the flight home was all fine. But talk about a crash down to reality after a fantastic 10-day, 12-day holiday, and then to crash down to reality in the airport. So just be mindful of that if you're traveling on EasyJet. Obviously, you might be traveling on different airlines, but the airport is pretty chaotic, so give yourself plenty of time. Now, next week, we are going to share with you 10 things that we really liked about this celebrity cruise, and particularly the Celebrity Infinity, and then 10 things that we didn't like. So make sure you stick around to see what we liked, what we didn't like, and see how it compares to your experience, or if you're planning a cruise, these are some of the things that you should be mindful of. So this is James and Rob signing out, and we will see you next week as we head out on the road, well, on the sea again.